G'day YouTube, Warble's on a lot here. At a place they call Fruit Salad Corner. Because once upon a time, the truck tipped over here. And there was fruit salad all over the road. Greengrocer's truck. Anyway, I'm here at Fruit Salad Corner, starting a movie because I'm on my way to be wearing my firefighting hat to attend a hospital familiarisation event at the Vegetable Creek Hospital at Emerville. And that was an offer I simply couldn't pass up, because once upon a time, back in the days when wheels had flat sides running all the way around them, I actually spent a couple of years working at the Vegetable Creek Hospital at Emerville. And it starts at 11 o'clock. So, I'd better sort of get a bit of a wriggle on. Beautiful day for it. The countryside's lovely and green after all that rain. They've even painted double yellow lines on the road. That used to be here when I was living out here. In fact, I don't even remember these little reflective night markers coming up on Y waters. Evidence of what a great mining area this place once was. They used to dig particularly big holes in the ground, which are all now full of water. Approaching Emerville now. This little area to the left hand side of the road used to be called Hollywood. There's some of the families that lived here, their daughters used to dress up with lots of makeup and walk into town on a Friday and Saturday night. The theory was that they were wearing as heavy a load of makeup as the Hollywood movie stars. There we go. That's Emerville's version of Hollywood. And up there, there's a transmitter tower and a lookout on top of the hill. Got about 7 or 8 minutes before I absolutely have to be there, so we might have a look at the lookout, which is up a bit of a tertiary road, I suppose you could say. Well, down there, that's Emerville. You used to have a better view of it, but they haven't cleared the undergrowth for a while. It started out as a gold mining town. Got to have a population of about maybe 7,000 in the late 1860s, early 1870s. Then when the gold panned out, the population dropped and dropped and dropped, and then somebody noticed that the black crystalline sand on the banks of the Vegetable Creek were actually pure tin, and the population sprang back up to about 10,000 by 1880. And the story is that down in Sydney, some petty bureaucrat noticed that there were 10,000 people living in a settlement that everybody called Vegetable Creek, but there had never been a name gazetted for the settlement. So because the governor of New South Wales had a wife called Emma, the bureaucrat gazetted the name of Emmaville. And the population was 50% Republican, 50% monarchist, and they split down the middle, and one of the Republicans was a sheep farmer who'd made a lot of money selling meat to the miners. That sheep farmer put up £10,000 for the construction of a cottage hospital at Vegetable Creek, as long as it was to be known as the Vegetable Creek Hospital in perpetuity. And if ever you change the name, you have to give £10,000 with compound interest going back to 1880 to the sheep farmer's estate. So therefore every successive government has come to power and thought, we can't have a hospital called Vegetable Creek at Emerville, we'll change the name. And they run into the fact that they can't afford to change the name because there's not enough money in the compound interest universe to do it. Anyway, let's go and see what's changed and how they want us to fight fires out here. So this is the way you see Emerville coming in from Glen Innes. It's a nice little ex-mining town, about 600 people. And there's the hospital, which has grown considerably since I was working there. None of these buildings done in corrugated iron were there. I'm going to squirt down through the town and come back. That's where the nurses' home used to be. The doctor's surgery and house. The old courthouse, which is now a public playground. Some new houses. Playground. We have the old convent. We have the police residence. And we have the post office. War Memorial artillery piece. And this is the Emerville Main Street. Newsagent. General store. Bottom pub. Quite a nice little village. I was working here for a couple of years. Now there's a thing you don't often see. Wooden splints on a brick building. That's new. Preschool outreach. The War Memorial Hall, where most public functions occur. Hair salon, well I think that used to be a butcher. Top pub. The police station. And the museum to the memory of when it used to be profitable to be a miner. Another service station, that one with no Bowsers. Once upon a time you could go through there, but now we have this complicated little chicane past the Anglican church. And now the cockies' cars are commencing to assemble. Right, so we'll go and see what there is to see about firefighting facilities here at the Vegetable Creek Hospital. Well, finally, I found the gathering over on the other side of the heliport from the hospital. Okay, the event hath begunneth. Apparentarily, the mob is swarming. Just like the old days of the mosquito squad when everybody swarmed at the sight of smoke. This is something they didn't have when I was here. An actual heliport milling around. I got to say, none of this stuff was here when I was here. Everything has been replaced. Completely new building. This is the Vegetable Creek Hospital, which I remember working in. At least it's a model of it. Pretty good model. Main part of the hospital, office, maternity ward, veranda where all the patients can watch the road, wards behind it. And then down here we have the nurses' home, where I used to live back in the day. Quite a good model.
Zone 3, which is community health doctors in. Zone 5 is all down to the acute care department area. Zone 1 is they've got to make sure they're all wide open. So our biggest problem is trying to check people out when there's a fire on, if we've got to evacuate. People want to come and naturally help.
So when the alarm goes off,
we can't.
the nurses come around to board you to tell them, then they go back.
That's just stop. That's one noise that we get. And they will just keep going constantly. That's the whole building making a noise. That's just not one zone. So. So this is zone 3.
2-hour rated fire door. Vegetable Creek has grown considerably in the intervening 32 years.
We'd probably bring you in and ask your history. Sometimes I think what happens as a patient, you think that we're a bit slow, because we'll ask you a couple of times, "You're not taking a picture of me, eh?" I didn't say it. Probably here if you ever come in, we turn the camera on, because you'll go, "Oh shit, gone crook." That's our other backup. We have a doctor here Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the rest of the time we're on our own. So we try very hard to look after you and let you go from here, but if in doubt, we send you off. So a lot of people go, "Well, why are you going to send me to Gwen in St. Newell Hospital?" Gwen can do MRIs, is that right? And CAT scans and X-rays, a lot more than what we can do.
Yeah, right, you go. Did done. Orientation over. The theory they're going to feed us that being a vegetarian and we're planning a barbecue and the battery's just about had it, so I think I will call the halt of this video now. That was on YouTube. Ciao.